Hi guys, my name is David Steenkamp. I'm the bar manager at Jamie Oliver's Barbecoa in St. Paul's. And today I'm going to do one of our signature drinks called the Barbecoa Blazer. Well, of course, the Blazer is inspired by Jerry Thomas's famous 1800s drink called the Blue Blazer, but it's also drawn some inspiration from the type of cuisine that we do at Barbecoa. Open fires, big smoke, big, bold, rich American flavors. And for that reason, I believe these ingredients working quite well. One of the ingredients we're going to use is going to be a homemade product. It is a apple and cinnamon infused bourbon. What I did was I chopped up 3 apples, a stick of cinnamon, put in a bottle of Four Roses single barrel bourbon, and let it steep for about 3 or 4 days. You don't want to let it go for longer than that. The cinnamon particularly starts to get very strong and overpowering if you leave it for longer than 3 days. So right. First thing we're going to do, glassware is going to be served into a brandy snifter, and we don't want to make the drink into that. It can go wrong. It is fire. It can be a hazard. So we're going to use some blazing cups. You can use nice fancy ones like these if you have them, or if you don't, you can do like we're going to do today. Go to your coffee machine and take 2 of your milk jugs. They work an absolute charm. The trick about a blazer is heating up the milk jugs and heating up all the ingredients so that it lights easily. So I'm going to take some boiling water. Pour it in there. I'm also going to take a Boston tin. Heat that up nicely. I'm going to build my ingredients in there so that it can heat up while we are talking. So I'm going to start off with 100 milliliters of the apple and cinnamon infused bourbon. The lovely thing about a blazer is it's a very boozy drink. But because we set it on fire, we burn off about 1/4 of the alcohol. And in that way, without diluting it, you can bring it down to a palatable strength and actually concentrate the flavor for a very intense drink. I'm then going to put in 10 milliliters of maple syrup. I mix my maple syrup halfway with a brown sugar syrup just so that the flavor is not too overpowering. Obviously, it's as American as an ingredient can get, and the richness and the sweetness works really, really well with the bourbon. 3 dashes of Jerry Thomas decanter bitters. Little nod to the old man who made this drink famous in the first place. And I'm going to put my cocktail cherries in there right now. 2 cocktail cherries, drop it in there, and let it soak up all that goodness. Next up, we're going to take the snifter and we're going to just rinse it in Lefroy. That's going to give it a lovely smoky aroma. You don't want to put too much in there. You just want to have a hint. So you're going to rinse the glass, swirl it around, and then pour it all out. And we'll leave that there for later. And just to make it a little bit more seasonal this time of the year, I'm going to put in 1 star anise. And in this cold weather, it's absolutely lovely drinking just that. So now getting to the fun bit. We're going to take our warm bourbon, pour it into the blazing cup. And we're going to give that a light. You want to try and keep that alight the whole time. You don't want to let it go out. So a little bit of advice, try not to pour out all the whiskey once you pour it from one jug to the other. And you bring it down. Be careful with this, it can get very hot. Don't burn yourself and definitely don't drop it. You want to do that about 6 to 8 times. That should bring it down to the right level that we want. And in the meantime, it infuses all the flavors. We're then going to take our orange peel, Spray the zest in there and do it a few more times. Once you're done with that, you take your flaming whiskey, pour it into your snifter, smother that, and pour in the garnish. Guys, that's a Barbecoa Blazer.